Good morning, my Sierra Leonean friends and family. This is your boy, Reggie Cole, the master dream builder. Today is the 26th of April, 2024. It's a Saturday. Very early in the morning now. Of course, I was up doing work most of the day, most of the night. But then every time I wake up now, around about this time, I think about Saloon. Today, the 26th. Tomorrow, now one day today before independence. About 4 o'clock this morning, I get pictures of yet another private jet trip. One day before independence. Sanctioned by both the APC and SLPP that the illegitimate president, because there's no election results, will jump on a private jet to go bury the Pope one day before independence. I therefore ask myself what is going on in Sierra Leone. Whose kind of world we don't create? What a people have we become? We become so docile, we can't do what's right, but we become so evil that we pull down right. I know, I get the scars to prove it. I say to the person we send him, I say, well, when Reggie was flying his private jet on private money, a lot of people had a lot of things to say. Negative, envy. Well, now I don't get one where they put pepper on our eye. Una family and they suffer for a recklessness. And in every 5 minutes, whether they call her or not, they did not jet with una own money. See the difference? This bad art una get for stopper. 64 years, una don't turn that country day into hell on earth. I they celebrate tonight for tomorrow. Apart from getting drunk and eating some food. We should they celebrate. But anyway, this speech is about the vision of the $100 billion GDP. Anybody, you were the in that village in Abonkolenke, anybody will not able to talk to you and articulate to you this type and prove them when squeezed, they are not vote for them. They're liars. They're the devil's incarnate. They're working for Satan. They're not working for you. They're working to sell you like my predecessors were sold by our very own kind. This is what we do. It's just that now we don't get the grip and now we don't amplify ourselves. Because there was an election that happened in Sierra Leone. I wonder if anybody remember. On the 24th of June, 2023, we still wait for that result day, of which the people that will win get the goal for come onto public record and say, yes, we win, but we wait for 2028. Whilst you are not win, in the fly, like say, get your airline. It's a shame and disgrace what this beautiful country has come to. So the talk today, now 100 billion GDP vision for Sierra Leone in 120 months. And this is one day before the 64th independence anniversary. But first, let me bring my friends onto the scene. Oh, by the way, don't forget a couple or 2-3 things. The closest one is myself and Mr. Komon-Tok with the economic hitman John Perkins. at 8 p.m. April 29th on the Komon-Tok YouTube channel. We'll be speaking to John Perkins, the economic hitman. He will tell you all about the things about IMF and World Bank. I see somebody send me another thing, say, KKY, don't go show to World Bank. I mean, these guys are clueless. You don't need no bank. You only need the banks to hold your money. That's what I've done all my life. Really, you don't need no bank. But because they're not getting no vision, they got no experience of the real world, of building from scratch, they don't know what to do and how to do it. So then go to the World Bank and the IMF. Yeah, they have no idea, these people. I'm telling you. Yeah, they talk about 15-year wait for electricity. Okay, we'll come to that. The next one, now the slam, I think May 30th. I'm not going to get these dates in front of me when I speak, but make sure you get your tickets for slam. But that's in the UK. Over there in America, Buffalo Soldiers, yes. Then get the Slint Expo at the University of Maryland. You get all the details. Go online. Slint, Sierra Leonean technology. You need to be at these different places. These are sober appointments you should put in your diary. Okay? So now we get inside the kitty, as Bible of Weird can say. First, when they can't talk now, so we'll say banish privatization, you get no gooders where they try to tell you, yeah, it works. You get electricity, you get water, you get hose, you get job. It has not worked. It's extraction of your wealth. I don't prove till I don't tire. But there's a trend growing in Africa today. Traore, of course, on taking gold mines. Clever boy. Look at what he done do in 2 years. You want what Traore don't do in 2 years, but you don't want to do what Traore has done. What Traore do in 2 years? He denounced the IMF and World Bank from day one. Then he take in gold, we belong to him people. And then they take for finance in business. Simple. Niger. Then take the uranium back. The same uranium them they sell in Canada for $241 a measure. Whilst and they buy the same way God provide, no value added for $8 in Niger because we're who we are. And Niger don't take over their land. They don't take over their property. As I said, now Salona, they kill people for land. If your cousin take your land, your uncle take your house, they get big fat. But yet when I let total stranger come and take the inheritance where God given her with no resistance. You turn onto your own brothers and sisters with juju and witchcraft. And look at where you are. Has that worked for you? That it don't work for you? No. Then overnight, the woman will get more balls than most men within that country they or represent that country they. The president of Namibia, he don't take in gold mine. And then he say, the oil, they go to nobody. Now my office, now they would monitor everything. These people have a vision for their people. And they come introduce you to them. But first, one of my country model mentors, if not the premier one, Lee Kuan Yew. How politicians, we're getting country in our heart. Where they talk. And this now against the Chinese, against the British, and against the Malay. This man had a fight that you would not even begin to get out of bed for because you'd be defeated already. But as they say, and I sign up to this, It's not the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog that matters. Listen to Lee Kuan Yew speak. Listen to his every word. Listen to the tonality. Listen to the intensity. Listen to the vibrancy of a man that loved his past now, his country, and his people. And they get independence in 1966. 1 million people, no resource. We got independence in 1961. 2.5 million people, 44 minerals, all the resource. Listen to the man.
Some people think, oh, well, we are a small place, they can put the screws on us. It's not so easy. We are a small place in size, yes, geography, but in the quality of the men, the administration, the organization, the metal in the people, the fiber. If they could have just squeezed us like an orange and squeezed the juice out, I think the juice would have been squeezed out of us and all the goodness would have been sucked away. But it was a bit harder, wasn't it? It was more like the durian. You try and squeeze it, your hand gets hurt. Inside the durian, some very useful ingredients, high protein. Some people think, oh, well, we are a small.
The new emerging industry of oil and gas need to be managed in the manner that maximizes benefit for all Namibians. It's a new industry. It needs closer supervision. Therefore, the management of this industry will fall under the office of the president. The new emerging.
You know what's sad about this? As I listen to playback, we talk about Lee Kuan Yew with no resource, standing in the worst position. He not get tribalism like Kuna. He was worse. He had 3 nations battling each other now in small island. But he had a vision. Vision is not sight. He had a passion and he wanted to win. We, on the other hand, have people with no vision, no backbone. You can tell. Lots of argument. Kabasa Lodge, Tijan Caballos, then tell you the result of people that were in a leadership with no vision. I don't care if you benefit from them. I don't care if you benefit from them. What do you benefit from them? The car that you benefit is on the way to the junkyard, if it's not already there. The horse that you benefit, you will die and leave. But what state have you, the participants, in denying these people their inheritance? What state have you left, Sierra Leone? Listen to a woman with 2 swinging balls saying, my oil is mine and my people. It's not for you to come and buy license and dig out 6.7 billion the next day and me people there in darkness. No, I am going to take what's mine. But what's the common theme that I want to talk about earlier? I'm going off track here today. I remember in the 80s, my granny, may her soul rest in peace, hosted picking them from Namibia. They attended FSSG. Today, Namibia don't surpass we. The same way Singapore was behind us. Singapore don't surpass we. What is wrong with Sierra Leone? There's nothing wrong with Sierra Leone. There's something wrong with the people of Sierra Leone, and you are part of the problem. Because you not grieve for see the light. Tomorrow, would it turn 64 years? But have we matured, Or have we just aged? They say wisdom comes with age. But as alone, age seems like saying just come alone. But for 1 second, let's get serious. I learned yesterday a company we're getting at the West here called Deliveroo, where they deliver if you want kebab or shawarma, or if you want nice roasted duck, whatever it is that you want, they will deliver it. Then you get another company in America, what they call DoorDash. They're all in a battle. One is worth 2.7 billion. The other one is worth 77 billion. Wait till I remember when in America, we they work for runners, I believe it was called, I can't remember, delivery company. We deliver back and forth, right? These two companies on an app are worth more than the whole of Sierra Leone. This is just an app delivering people and parcels. Then things where they want eat, then chicken where they want eat, yeah, whichever, then deliver. And yet they're worth a combined 80 billion is what they're worth. If burgers and fries can worth 80 billion, an app to just transport them, what is the value of a nation blessed with diamonds, gold, fertile land, young population, rich culture, beaches, and natural beauty? You have a problem, especially it's worse when you're in the diaspora and you have a problem to believe, say, the $100 billion GDP is achievable. But yet, I bet you don't eat Uber Eats. I bet you don't use Deliveroo. I bet you don't use DoorDash. They got nothing, just an app, just connectivity. They don't get diamond, they don't get gold, they don't get bauxite, they don't get 24-year sunshine. But yet they're worth 80 billion and you still there per 4 billion. It's your thinking that makes it so. The world knows our value. That's why they're coming for it. Niger don't take back their uranium. Burkina Faso don't take back its gold. Namibia say, they touch me oil. And Sierra Leone, we still act like, say, we're broke. While the world, Frank Timis and co. are buying yachts on us. Then they eat our breakfast, our lunch, and our dinner. And we own very Sierra Leonean people, what you call brothers and sisters. And you ever on the salon, all manner your uncle and auntie. What a mess. What a lie. The brutal truth is Sierra Leone is a state of failure. Let's call it like it is. We've got 44 mineral resources, yet our GDP is 4 billion. I don't show now 2 non-existent businesses. We're worth 80 billion. For deliver, you KFC. For deliver, you kebab. Deliver, you fufu. Then they do all that too. They're worth 80 billion. You get diamonds, you get gold, you got everything. And you saying it's difficult for you to get 100 billion. Your mind is so small. Get out the way. Let boardroom warriors come in and do something for this country. We've got agricultural land, but we import onions here, bass. We import pepper from Guinea. Thousands of graduates with no jobs, no industries, no innovations, no electricity. Then they play one game against the other. NRA go lock electricity go do this. I mean, come on. 64 years of abject failure. Vietnam. Taxi sent me something last night. Vietnam, 100 million people, has over 70 gigawatts of power. Yet Kenya, where they go around themselves, bigger, has 4 gigawatts. Saloyo will not even, I don't know if we get even, I don't even know if it's a rich gigawatt. We don't talk about Bumbuna from the 70s. I was 5 years old when my daddy take me to the top of Bumbuna. I thought that was cruel. Now I know, say me the time for do Discovery Channel on me. But seeing the water waves crossing. Obviously, it wasn't about me. Me not the youngest. My siblings, I think they get geography class or whatever. But we talk about roads, but we have no industries to support them. We beg for aid, but we're sitting on gold. We talk about infrastructure, but ignore agriculture. Something is not adding up in Sierra Leone. While Asia don't build, Lee Kuan Yew them. Even Vietnam, we fed the Rambo wars. They don't stand up. Today, they're building cars. People are going on holidays. We don't lack potential as Salon. We lack leaders, not the people. Ojuku to Macaulay, it's not the people. It's the leaders with the right mindset. The people will follow the leaders. Leaders must stop performing for donors and start performing for the people. What's the difference between Singapore and Sierra Leone? Between Rwanda and regression? Between success and struggle? Then stop talking and they start for build. Then stop blaming and they start for plan. They stop waiting and they started doing. Sierra Leone, it's not that we're missing ingredients. We just miss the skilled bakers for come up and deliver this nation from its hunger and starvation one day before independence. There's nothing that we're independent of. We're dependent on every sector of our life. There's nothing that we stand on apart from Juju and Badat, who qualify. That's why we're the most unhappy country in the continent and the second most unhappy in the world. The problem is not resources, the problem is vision. The problem is not the absence of resource, it's the absence of vision. I said that. That's on record. Reginald Larry Cole, that's on record. I said that. Repeat that until it sinks in. The problem is not the absence of resources, it's the absence of vision. Vision is not sight. I've been teaching that for years. Mike Murdoch says, we don't have a money problem, we have a wisdom problem. Well, you need to bring in people with wisdom. We have gold, but no refineries. We have talent, but no industries. We have rain, but no irrigation. We have land, but no large-scale commercial farming. Of course, Shaka Stephen Injure, the best farmer we in a country that ever produced. Iwawe was a sophisticated farmer. Made tobacco look so big, make onions look so big, supplied all of Masingbi, all those diamond dealers. Now, Kono, every Friday we used to go in our mama's Toyota Crown, load all the stuff to take to the Lebanese because they could only buy what Osman was planting. But then you had this visionless leader you call Shaka Stevens decided, I'm going to disable him. And then that's the agriculture. Then he said, well, I'm going to disable Sambangura. Well, that's the economy. And you wonder why you're starving and you wonder why your economy is in the pulpit. The same thing on that guy with Reggie Cole sending Juju to my house. What's that about? Me and you meet up usai. You just envious? Well, that which the builders refused has now become the head cornerstone. I'm making decisions about your life, about your country, from where I'm sitting right now. How's that? Put that in your pipe and start smoking it. We have youth, but no youth policy that truly delivers. It's not a resource problem, it's a leadership and vision problem. 100 billion GDP in 120 months. Here's what we need. We need you to open your minds and your hearts. I don't show say a delivery company is worth 80 billion. You get diamonds, you get everything, and you're suffering. You got no electricity for tomorrow. What independent? You're not independent. We're talking math, logic, and bold thinking. Let me show you how we get to 100 billion in 10 years. Tourism, 1 million tourists. I have all the ways to get them here. Let's say they spend £2,000 each. That's 2 billion. Agriculture, what do you mean that you do? That's how they export about 5 to 10 billion annually. Minerals, somewhere between 30 to 70 billion, quite easily in value. I mean, if one can give you 10 million for a license, and then in the very next year take 6.79 billion. Imagine when you organize within the 100 billion plan that I have in my duffel bag, as somebody can remind me, what you would do. Diaspora investment, $1,000 annually. BJJ, Jalo Jamboria, has a formula for this. You can talk to her. They create $1 billion a year where they go into agriculture, housing, fintech, solar, logistics, and more. Just $100 a month. How much you they spend per nonsense? Yeah, how much you spend by your subscription there, whatever. Imagine that. But the people will not come until they have leadership and a team that they believe in. Special economic zones, attracting manufacturer for make doors, underwear, including the pads that Hands Off Our Girls, that scam, has done, we could make those pads in Sierra Leone and give to other agencies that need them. Just little things, buttons for shirt. Yeah. Low cost of productivity. We sell and go other side. We need those things. Industrial cities near the ports, near the airport border towns. GDP could double. The 100 billion that I'm talking about could be 200 billion in the time frame that I'm talking about. Digital economy, fiber optics. Sierra Leone can become a hub for fintech. Yeah. Coding schools, remote work. We got some intelligent people. I know them at Unimac there, like Mr. Koroma. Okay? We're not dreaming, we're doing the math. So now, let me leave you with this. 3 lies where they hold us back. Accepting the fact, forgetting the rule, irrefutable rule of God, where we say life and death is in the power of the tongue. Would they accept it in a poor country? We're not. We're one of the richest countries on planet Earth. We're rich in resource, poor in execution, followed by bad art. We must wait. We're a donor economy. What a mess to admit to yourself. No, investors are ready, but we need credibility, not confusion. We need structure, not slogans. Oh, hey, go take years. Wrong again. Singapore, Rwanda, Vietnam, all don't do it in our lifetime. So why not Sierra Leone? What's so special negatively about us? We should become from victims to visionaries. We spend decades blaming, begging, and borrowing. Now it's time to build. We must build a country where our graduates get pride. Youth stay and see their future. And a 12-year-old way they talk about would not do that. Women leading agriculture, business, and governance. Our ports, markets, and airports actually function. Our culture becomes an export, not a hashtag. We gara. I see Lewis Hamilton wear gara the other day. It should be Salon gara. Let this independence not just be a party, let it be a pivotal point. We'll go finally say, no more begging, no more borrowing. We build our own. Like Bruce Springsteen say, we take care of our own. Final word, yes, we can was a slogan, but also a movement. But Sierra Leone say this, yes, we must, and yes, we will. This is not time for fear. This is time for faith, fire, and forward motion. We're not waiting for the world anymore. People that don't go before us now in Africa, a woman in Namibia is showing us how to go. You're not taking my oil, you're not taking my gold anymore. The world is now watching us. The global window is closing. As the Vietnamese man say, do I taxi semi? Said the global window is closing. I tell them, I say that colonization is going to start again. But if we put the right people on the team, Chelsea style, get your Drogbas in, get your SCNs in, get your Hasselbanks in, we go build this $100 billion GDP. It's just a project. You know why they talk so easy? Because me, I start from scratch and build multi-million-pound things quite easily, like I am now. It's easy. Trust me, it's very, very easy. It doesn't take a lifetime. It doesn't take a decade, but we can do it in this lifetime, in this decade. Thank you, and God bless Sierra Leone. I'm not going to say happy independence. That's hypocritical. Celebrate independence however you want. Mark it however you want. For me, it's just another day because there's nothing that I can celebrate except my very own life. God bless you, and God bless the Republic of Sierra Leone. Una left by that.